just a little bit of an update. No snakes in the house this morning so far. I wanted to get a little update on this rig. I just completely forgot to turn the camera on when I was putting this back together. My friend Bob, some of you know as Invisible Bob. Anyway, my friend that's got the 26, I think it's 26, 27 Hudson rat rod, Pacer car he turned into a pickup, did a nice job. Got a lot of cool rigs, but they were over visiting in their motorhome Thursday through Monday, or part of Monday. They left yesterday, and so while he was here, my head gasket showed up for this thing, and we slapped it back together. And his wife said, "Why aren't you making videos?" And I said, "You know, I didn't even think of it. Just, I guess we're just having too much fun. I don't know." But anyway, she said it would have been a good video putting this thing back together, and it would, but I put it back together many times. I'll probably have video of it. So it's got a head gasket on it. It has more torque than it's ever had. I know that head gasket was leaking. There were bubbles in my little overflow tank there on the radiator. So since it's got the new head gasket on it, it has more compression than it's ever had. And tell you what, it's the first time I ever climbed up that canyon down there, that hill with in third gear with two people. The first time I was ever able to do that with just myself was when I put the dual exhaust on. It helped it out a little bit and gave it a couple more horses, but it would never have climbed that hill with two people in third gear, and it did. Bob and I took her for a little test drive, and then last night I was itching for a cruise, so I went all the way out to Kashmir. Let's see, that's probably a round trip. I must have went up Brender Canyon, I don't know, probably 40 miles, 45 miles or so. And you know, you get a little nervous, you get too far from the house, and this old rattle trap, it could fall apart at any time, but that's part of the fun of driving it. So I heard this chatter the whole time I was driving, and I couldn't figure out what it was, couldn't pinpoint it, and finally this chain fell off and fell down the road, and that's what was making all that racket, is it was coming loose. But this fell down and was dragging, and I pulled over to get that fixed, and well, I didn't get it fixed, but I had my trusty little piece of bearing wire with me in my little toolbox, so wired that up enough to get home, and I went to start it and it wouldn't start. First I thought, oh no, is the alternator not working, got that battery, but my lights were good. I just rolled it backwards, started in gear. I had to go backwards the way I was sitting, so got it home, and then it spun right over. So I know that old starter's binding up on the starter ring. The starter ring on the flywheel on this thing is bad. Had a pretty bad spot in it. Knew that when I put it together. And from time to time it would bind up on me, and we'd have to rock her loose, and that was no big deal. But now it seems to be happening a little more often. So that's something I'm going to have to address at some point. I'm going to have to try and chase down a flywheel for this thing. And anything I find is probably going to be not a whole lot better than what I have, but maybe enough better to make it work. I'm thinking Deadeye Dan said he had one on that old Chevy that he took apart. It seems like we talked about that at one time. I sent him an email maybe this winter when he's not so busy. We might try and I might talk to him about swapping him out of that flywheel. Anyway, no, I'm in no hurry. I'm just going to drive the thunder out of this thing. Man, I'm going to drive it all summer. I'm going to drive the daylights out of it.